A word for our listeners. Achtung Cthulhu is set in the 1930s and 40s. We will be using terms and sayings from those times, including some that could be considered offensive. It is not our intention to offend. We merely wish to offer as accurate a view of the time period as possible. Welcome to Masks of Nyarlathotep, a Nerd's Domain gaming podcast. Join us each week as our investigators uncover the corruption of the mythos in World War II. Starring George Chimples, Phil Durham, Rob Walker, Jestin Kimmet, Shirley Niedzwiecki, and Scott Troiano, with Matt
clearly it needs updated.
The table as the keeper.
And that experiment failed.
No, that's okay. I'm going to talk over this part.
Nazi cultists await you just beyond this music.
The best part is that no matter what, that's all live. Hey guys, welcome back to the Nurse Main Presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. We're trying something new out this time by playing the intro, which I forgot most of us had not actually heard in probably ever.
First time for me.
I listened to the show.
Well, as I said, most of us. If I can do my math correct, that's like 18%. So 36% of us have done that.
Some of us don't want spoilers, Matt.
That's fair.
So
Phil
we
doesn't
do actually
care.
record this. That's good.
Yeah. So, yeah, thanks, guys. So,
The
welcome
editing
back. Wow.
It's good to be back, Matt.
I am here with, I'm Matt, and I'm here with Shirley.
Hello.
George?
Why is that a question?
George.
Better?
George.
Best.
I'm here with George and Jestin.
Didn't we already have an introduction in the introduction song?
We do this every time. Will you just go along with
This
the
is so
introduction?
people
Hi.
know what our
That's-
voices
yeah.
sound like, Jesse.
Phil?
Hello.
Rob, you're not having a good time.
I'm having a great time.
All right.
Oh.
Last time we left our investigators, they were in a car fleeing a house where they had perhaps set it on fire.
No, perhaps.
There's
For good reasons.
It's on fire.
So, a couple of things I want to make sure that my players are aware of is that you
The
did
house
in
is on
fact
fire.
you did in fact set a house on fire. Two of you are known by your real names here. So Albrecht, that played by Jesse, you are known by your real name, so they'll come to your house.
I am a master of disguise.
Yeah, no, you're not. You might be mediocrely good at it. Also, William, played by Rob, you are also known by your name and by your profession. It's actually your reputation that helped you out quite a bit in the party.
Yeah.
So, if I remember correctly, and I do because I listened to these, Phil probably remembers this as well because he listened to these. You guys set up a safe house.
Really?
Yes, we
Yes.
did.
Yeah, that
We
seems like a good thing to do.
Yes.
You guys actually did set up a safe house. There was conversation about it. So one last thing I want to mention is as you guys were getting ready to flee, Carlos set the room on fire to protect you from pursuit, I assume, and not just some psychotic rage where he set the room on fire. Right?
Carlos.
We're going to keep those reasons in character. We're not going to metagame this.
Okay. It seemed like to cover your escape, right?
Sure.
Okay. While you were all diving out the window, there was hesitation for a moment from William. So, keeping that in mind.
Nazi sympathizer.
Well, to be fair, I believe that both William and Evie were the last ones to go out.
That's high up. Did you see that jump?
2 stories.
I was not stating why the hesitation was there, but if we're going to point out one person's hesitation, I wanted to point out that there was not just the one person hesitating.
If
I'm
we're pointing
changing my
fingers, I'd also like to throw down the fact that we had woke up later than the rest of the party
By a few seconds.
by a few seconds at least, with a round or 2 rounds.
And 2 or 3, yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
2 or
guys
3 rounds.
have built-in Nazi sympathies. I mean, it makes sense from a character perspective. But
But we woke up later, and there was gunfire and all sorts of craziness
Yeah,
after we just
absolutely.
came out of a psychotic event.
No,
So-
that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that we were all on the same page as to how we left the last time. It has been a couple of months since we played, and we're actually all here in the same place, so that's exciting.
Yeah, Jesse's with us today.
He's
So-
not phoning it in.
literally.
Well, figuratively.
This chair is not nearly as comfortable as the one I normally sit in.
Aww.
And he has pants on. That just ruins it.
It does.
No, he doesn't actually. I can see from here.
So you guys are in a car, probably Albrecht's car.
Yes.
Who's driving?
That's a good
Albrecht?
question. Who is driving?
Oh, I can drive, but I can't drive well.
You're going to want to stay on mic, though.
I can drive, but I can't drive well.
Diving, dodge, drive. Nope, not me.
Duck, dip, dodge, dive.
Sure, I'll drive.
Well, I mean,
Who can drive?
I'll
I
drive.
have a 1% skill in driving.
You have a what?
You should have
1%.
at least,
base is 20.
you should have at least a
Base
20.
is
Unless
20.
you mess something up real bad.
Oh, that was
Unless you
diving.
somehow took points out of drive.
Oh, I was diving. I missed the R. Rah, rah, rah. Now I'm sad. Now it's cataloged for the world to know.
If there was much hesitation, I probably would have just, driven the car.
Okay. So you were one of the first ones out, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it looks like Blake is driving. So you guys are headed back to Dresden, correct?
Yeah, why not?
That's where you were.
That's
Is
where
that
the
where the
safe
safe house is?
Yes.
Then yes.
Do we leave our files there?
No. No, you did not. It's not funny at all. Not funny at all. None of you are named Harry either. So, you guys are in the car. Would you like to discuss what happened? Because if you remember correctly, Brian was not with you in the Dreamlands. He chose to guard over your bodies, which was a good idea. It turns out somebody got shot.
I'm going to be focusing mostly on driving, so I would not initiate a conversation.
I'm going to be shooting bullets out of the back door.
There's no one following you.
Constantly.
There's no one following you.
There will be after we start shooting bullets out the back door.
Constantly. There is no one following you.
He's decided the combat has not ended, despite what the game master
Albrecht,
had
you're
said.
terrible with a pistol. Hand me yours, as you are quite irrelevant in this situation. Then I smack him about the face, take the pistol from his hands, and fire it out the back door. Window, which I've shot out with the pistols that I have. I'm not doing any of this. Let's have a conversation, guys.
So do you guys? You don't have to talk about this at all. We can just get you straight back to the safe house and go from there. That's not a problem.
So, that was a pretty weird trip we just took, right?
Hold on. What is your name?
Albrecht.
You're Albrecht.
Albrecht, yes.
All right, for our players here at the table, Evelyn or Evie or
Can I be Camilla from now on? No.
you
I'm
made the
kidding.
character Carlos or
Albrecht William
Lion Face Lemon Face.
AKA
Professor.
Diego Calderon de Leon.
Diego.
I'm no longer the
Calderon de
professor.
Leon.
I was
Albrecht
the professor.
William Brian.
Can we also?
Isn't
It's
Brian the
been
professor?
a couple
Aren't you
months,
the-
so
Oh, did the professor die?
Season 1, I was a professor. Now I'm...
Not season 1, story 1. Season 1 was
Yeah, sorry.
the first. You're fine.
Okay.
What was the question, George?
Can we additionally? I remember because we had that thing where we switched over. So
Yeah.
William Thomas and Albrecht von Troth, which is Rob and Jesse respectively.
Mm-hmm.
Can you remind me what your professions were again, or what your deal was?
William Thomas is a professor, and he works for the FBI.
Right.
He was brought because of his connection to Albrecht von Trotha. Von Trotha?
Trotha.
Oh, he's the guy we met in Germany.
Albrecht von Trotha is a German who is defecting.
Right. Okay, that brings me back.
Okay, yeah, that's fair questions.
Okay, we can get back to the scene. Can you say that again?
Yeah,
And
because
I'll
his name is Albrecht.
That was a weird experience. See, now you know why I went out of there. Every sane person would went out of there.
Albrecht, that was not a weird experience. It was a very terrifying experience.
It can be both weird and terrifying.
Why did you catch the room on fire?
Because that was the only appropriate response.
To what?
To Nazis coming down the hallway to kill us with guns.
What did you guys experience?
I will explain the situation we went through that I don't fully remember.
Strange lands, people teleporting hither and thither,
Super
people
Nazis.
building things.
Is that familiar to me?
The displacement of movement and time does seem very, very familiar. When they explain the beginning where they were going down the steps, that the description of those is very specific and seems like somewhere you were once.
Awesome, thank you.
Was there a black sun?
There was.
Yes.
That's what
Right,
caused
they've got a
your.
thing, yeah.
That's what caused your break in sanity and
Yeah.
made you flee from the Dreamlands.
And that's also the motif of the Thule Society, correct?
No, this is the Thule Society is kind of a catch-all,
Right.
and there is a group within the Thule Society called the Black Sun.
Right,
The
right.
Order of the Black Sun.
Okay.
That Wow, did we not write those names up there? Oh, I just can't read them. They're too. So that Claudia and
Westernton.
Wessler. Close. It was
Wessler.
close. Wessler. They were both members. So is Tahira, and also probably Wilkerson.
Wait, did we kill Tahira?
Yes,
That's
Yes.
awesome. Thank goodness.
hypothetically.
Yay!
We don't know what.
We killed
other
her
people
mortal
know.
shell.
I think that we know that when we left her, she was dead.
Well,
Yes.
she was full of holes, at least.
That's satisfactory to me.
Well, now that you've sufficiently blown our cover.
Oh, what are you talking to me?
Yes.
No. If you want me to sufficiently blow the cover, I can do that.
No.
Are you angry with me for some reason? Did you feel like we should have stayed there
Did you want to go back?
No.
and joined with those people?
No.
So you agree that we should have left and
What-
that our
was
lives
there-
were
Well,
in
of
danger?
course.
So you agree that what I did was correct. Thank you.
Oh, goodness. Well, we just need to get to the safe house and then get orders.
No, we need to get to the safe house and then out of Germany immediately.
I agree with this plan of action.
I agree with this plan of action.
Great.
So you're saying that the only people that know anything about this society should turn tail and run as fast as we can after what we've just seen.
I thought we were trying to save people.
I think we should tell other people.
We were trying to save a person who was here in the car with us.
That's
You know,
what I thought the mission was.
By the orders of the mission, you have about as much as you can information as you can gather. You couldn't gather much more now that a house has been set on fire. So that particular avenue has been closed.
So we're just going to let them run rampage while we turn tail and run. That's still what I'm hearing.
Actually, we're going to burn down our house and then...
If we do not inform the FBI of what we have seen and what has transpired here, and stay and gather more information and then die, they will have no warning of what is coming. If we bring back what we have seen and influence people, then we can garner more support and come back, preferably with a fleet of heavy bombers.
To bomb what in particular?
I don't know, Dresden?
You can't bomb a whole city for a few people's actions.
It's curious because the Germans have already done this to my people, and that is what will be happening to most of the world should these people continue to run rampant.
The decisions of what come next would seem to be above our pay grade. We need to get out of here. There's not much that we can do now, with the situation being what it is.
Because now any and all other evidence is gone.
Yes, you did a good job of collecting it. We were wrong to try and escape with our lives.
I am totally with your actions, Carlos. Those people needed to die.
It was them or us.
Oh, I'm not saying
Yep.
that they shouldn't have died.
We just shouldn't have burned their house down.
If they were the only ones and we had eliminated the entire scourge in one go, so be it.
How many do you recall were inducted into the society? Do you have an idea of the numbers, Albert?
Do I have an idea of the numbers?
Into the Thule Society, you'd have to guess 400 or 500. Into the Black Sun, you know that's a smaller group. There were hints during the conversation at the party that the Black Sun is actually has become part of the SS.
I don't disregard the fact that we need to contact our authorities, or our superiors. Like, that's not something that we need to contest. No one should contest that. We should let everybody know. However, does that mean that what we need to be doing here is done? I don't know if that's the...
I didn't.
What else can we do?
I didn't say
Let's
that
leave
we
that
need
to the authorities.
go to the U.S. I believe what Carlos said is get out of Germany. We can get back into Germany if that is what is decided is best for our team.
I'm pretty sure most everyone's going to know to look for us now.
Right, they're looking for us, hence getting out of Germany.
Well, on our way back in. We're not going to just walk across the door like we did before.
We're not going to be able to walk around. Germany.
Germany's borders are not exactly. I mean,
Right, but we're not going to be able to go into like some town randomly.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's going to spread quick, considering.
Your argument for why we can't get in is also my argument for why we can't stay here.
We need to get in touch with headquarters, and they will give us further orders as necessary. The best place to get in touch with them is not here.
all right. So, sorry, this is just a long pause, guys.
So I guess as I know that we probably established this in a previous episode, and I don't remember this fact. Who's in charge?
The professor is a member of the FBI, so it would be mostly him. He's the agent. he would be the field agent, the senior field agent at this point.
Are you? Is Brian a U.S. citizen?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think it mattered back then.
Well, it does. It does for the FBI, who's in charge. Like, they're not going to put a woman or a foreign national. So, not Carlos, not Brian, not you in charge. Albrecht is the only one that wasn't with you guys. That leaves really William as in charge.
Yeah.
That's about the scariest concept.
Yeah, I know.
So just because he's
A womanizer.
in name,
A
A
drinker.
womanizer? No. You're conflating him with his previous character.
Yeah,
That was a different Willie.
yeah.
That was a different character.
What?
Yeah, ignore that.
Hold on, who is this?
Yeah, the problem is we've gone through separate.
That was the
Stories
other
of
timeline.
Yeah, that's the other timeline.
I don't think.
Seriously?
And I think we diverged from that timeline, and it doesn't
See,
exist.
that one-
other
That's
Willie
the Willie.
is there.
In the previous timeline, he's a womanizer and a drinker, which may be flaws, but flaws that are understandable. In this timeline, he's the Nazi Cthulhu sympathizer, which is much worse.
Okay.
So if you want to criticize him for something, that's what you want to
Okay,
go
so
with.
let's. Now
Kill
you-
the professor.
you've
I
made it-
agree.
No, you've made it.
He wants us to stay in Germany, Brian. We must destroy it.
He
So
says
real
not
quick-
to metagame, and then he metagames. How is
Real-
that fair?
Real quick.
I said for my character. I didn't say for you.
So for our listeners at home, the separate timeline was a series of episodes that we recorded that we had to scrap because we lost Scott rather suddenly.
They weren't very interesting.
They were not as
Creative differences, man.
Yeah.
Flowers can be
He
sent
will be
to.
missed. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jesse wasn't in them, so he doesn't remember any of that.
Yeah, he has no idea what we're talking about, much
It's
like
not
you
I
people
listened
don't.
to him.
Jesse's
Sorry,
as
Rob.
confused as everyone else. So, yeah, so you guys are headed into Dresden. It has been suggested out of character that we kill off the professor. I did say out of character.
Out of character.
Yeah.
As long as we're on the same page.
Wait, which professor?
All
There's
of
only
them.
one
Essentially,
professor.
His past.
No, you remember my
dude.
flashback?
There's only 5 of you here.
Oh well,
Right.
Yes, there's my professor from when we went to Mexico, but
We
he's not
cannot
here.
skip a game for 2 months again. This is ridiculous.
I would also like to point out, though, from our previous season,
Yeah. Story.
we
but yes.
pretty much should kill professors on sight.
Oh, yeah, no.
In metagame context.
Okay, this is one, I wasn't part of that game. 2, your characters don't know that.
Again, I said as a metagame context. However, my character does exist in this from that game in this universe. So perhaps he should promulgate this theory that all academics must die.
Isn't he also a professor himself?
He'll die last.
He's infiltrated them.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys, you drive the rest of the way to Dresden. A little solemn. It's obvious that there's some concern here on what direction to take, and that the night has not gone according to plan. You ditch the car about a block and a half away from the safe house. That's where I
dropped them off, and I ditched it farther away than that.
Okay, that's fine. All of your items, your trunks and gear and such, they are there. So anything you weren't carrying with you would be there. This would be something you guys would have planned ahead on, because something could have gone bad. Maybe not a house burning down bad, but you never know what's going to happen. So now the question is, how are you guys getting out of Germany, and where are you going? And if you just say the U.S. and by road, I'm really not sure where we're going to go from there. Give me some details. Give me some ideas on what you want to do.
Well, can't we leave a secret message somewhere and somebody get back with us?
You do have some radio equipment. It could take the better part of a day before you get a response because you have to radio it to somebody who would then transfer it and so on and so forth.
Is our safe house in the city or?
Yes, it is in a city. It is in the city. It is a 2-bedroom apartment. It's not spacious at all. Probably smaller than what we're in now. So it's a little on the cramped side, but it was also cheap, and not a lot of people are going to worry about seeing you.
What's the countryside like
Do we have
around
any
us?
disguises?
Yes,
The countryside is
I can disguise
German.
you.
Decidedly German.
That's really helpful. That's a lot of country.
Could I use?
It's not like a city block.
Could I use espionage to get us travel to say France?
Not just rolling the skill. It's not going to magically give you.
Can you roll idea?
Exactly.
No.
The countryside is going to be slightly hilly. You're out of the mountains at this point. But it is populated. There are farms and that kind of thing. But you have to keep in mind that these are farms that are a little different than what we see here in America. So there's going to be clear dividing lines instead of just, this farm's here, this farm's there. There's like hedge rows and such.
And what time of year is it?
You are in June.
What year is it?
1939. June of 1939.
That's not good.
Before anybody leaves the house, I will use disguise on them to change their profile so that way they're a little less easy to spot. Nothing major.
Okay.
I was going to say I could-
before they leave the house, we'll have you do something with that. But
Okay.
yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Cut my hair, dye it, whatever.
All right, so if we're all in the apartment now, I will go to William and say. So we've had some discussion about what we're doing next, but you're in charge.
That was intentionally a sigh. Thank you very much. She squint her eyes at me. So, yeah, I mean, we need to make contact. We need to make contact quick with our superiors, but I don't know if there is a quick contact to be made. I mean, we can't just hit the main roads and start traveling. We're going to have to be smart about the approach that we're going to take.
You're
I might-
Catholic, correct?
Yes. I might also recommend getting out of the city. Certainly not.
Yeah, I was.
Maybe not immediately, and certainly not during the day.
Well, it's night now.
Yeah, it is getting pretty late. It's like probably early morning, like 1 or 2.
How heavy is our radio equipment?
I don't know. How heavy is radio equipment?
I don't know.
Back then,
about
heavy.
3 pounds.
No, much heavier than
No.
that for old equipment.
If he doesn't know how much it weighs, we could tell
I
him
know how
anything.
much it weighs.
So we're looking
Like,
at
isn't
20,
it
30
about
pounds.
50?
What range are we talking about?
Enough to get to, say, France, so several hundred miles.
Big. You're talking about a whole like desk-sized kit. So keep it. Okay, so in World War II movies, they've got the big radio backpacks.
Yeah.
Those would be for like going, 50 miles or something like that. So I would think that for international range, you need something larger,
Okay, that makes sense.
like a couple suitcases full of stuff.
Okay. So not big enough that it's easily moved. It was probably in a trunk that was here that you guys picked up.
So we either go now in the car we have, or we wait, or tomorrow night in some other car.
I'm going to talk out of character here for a second because I was looking at this. So Dresden is in the far east of Germany.
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah, which is very close to the border with what is now the Czech Republic. Back then, it's part of Czechoslovakia, but Czechoslovakia had been annexed and turned into a protectorate of Bohemian Moravia by this point.
So
Which
still
was
kinda Germany.
annexed by Germany. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was German. So it became taken over by Germany, whereas Slovakia got separated off into a German client state that was very heavily Catholic. So in character now, driving west would be difficult and will be the borders will be guarded. But if we go to, I think Is it Slovakia or the Slovak Republic? In character?
It's
Slovak
yeah.
Republic. We may be... the borders there should be free, as they are friendly with... as they are indebted to the Germans. And there we may be able to find Catholic missions that may be able to aid us with transport with the help of our friend here.
Yes, I should be able to call upon the church.
That is what I would propose.
It's a good idea.
Okay. So, couple of things, just general spy things that you guys would know without having to roll. The same car is a bad idea. You're going to
Well,
leave
obviously.
different car, if whatever you can get that way. Changing people's appearances would be a great idea. So that would be another option. And then making whatever you're traveling with as light and small as possible would be the third thing.
So remind me again, where was the city where the party was at, and where was the city where we started?
You're in Dresden. You've been in Dresden the whole time. The party was out at a country estate, essentially. Some rich dude's house way out in the country.
Okay.
The place that Albrecht went to originally is kind of on the other side of the country altogether.
All right.
But that you guys have not been there. The castle,
Okay.
something.
I'm going to agree with your points, with the caveat that there has to be a balance between the amount of time invested. The amount of time invested in putting on a disguise versus...
Oh, no.
The amount of time
It's not gonna
acquiring another car versus using the one we have and then getting another car later.
Okay. That's up to you
Just
guys.
depending upon
Yeah.
what our individual skills at acquiring another car are going to be. Like, we're just going to rob somebody.
Well,
or if we're going to try to
It's-
hotwire one.
It's night.
Yeah.
Our car hasn't been shot.
Right.
Our car hasn't been destroyed, really. And there's not a lot of variety in vehicles then. So it's not going to stand out a whole lot. It's not like we have all the variety we have now. Right? Now, does that mean that we're going to keep the same thing all the way through? No, but I think we can make a safe escape in the same car. We just need to find a different mode of transportation rather quick, like within the next 7-8 hours.
So would plates have been paid attention to? Because we could just change plates with the same kind of car.
Yeah, I mean, that
I was
is an
just
option.
wondering, because...
If anyone
what
even
would have
got
been
our
the
plates, because we didn't
what would
see
have
who
been
was...
the major indicator back then
Right.
at the different... So.
And when
So-
I said disguises, I was meaning simple disguises, like a change of nose structure, maybe a little bit difference in chin, just change the profile.
Yeah. Okay.
So when you're saying the Slovak Republic, that's essentially what Slovakia is now today, in general terms.
General terms.
Okay, that's fine.
But it was, doing some brief research, it was considered basically a semi-Catholic fascist state. And very, very, allied to the Nazi.
Right.
It was a Nazi rum state, basically. So
Okay.
the borders would be fairly free. That's my thinking.
That's perfect. I was just verifying. Okay, so Jesse, can you roll disguise for everybody once each? Yep.
One for each individual person?
Starting with Evelyn and going around. So Evelyn is going to get disguised, maybe.
Not horrible. Okay, got under it.
Okay. Keep going.
Got a lot under it.
Okay. Keep going.
Hit it exactly.
Okay. Keep going.
Got it.
Okay.
And got it.
All right.
Nicely done.
It's a good thing you got
I need to
really
roll those
under it on
dice.
Carlos, since
Yes.
he's the one that probably sticks out the most.
Apparently, I'm better at disguising other people than myself.
Carlos, the makeup that Albrecht puts on you is not comfortable, but it's not any more uncomfortable than you normally are.
Yeah.
And it does hide decently well. Bright daylight, you're going to be screwed either way. But in a little bit of low light or during dawn or dusk, that you're going to be pretty good. If you're in the shade, even that you'd still be pretty okay. You actually look a little more human than you normally do as far as the burns go.
Nice phrasing there.
Yeah, I know.
Burned
Yeah.
people aren't human or something.
Yeah.
It's awful.
It's mostly just Spaniards, but yeah, I'm kidding.
Cracker Jacks.
Oh, we apologize to all of our many faithful and loyal Spanish listeners, and we know you're
Yes,
out there.
they are.
because you keep sending us Spanish things.
Tapas.
Yes, and bowls.
Marcona almonds.
That actually sounds really good. So,
Iberico ham?
I don't even know what that is.
It's ham from the Iberian Peninsula,
yeah,
which is what Spain and Portugal is.
yeah. Also, where Andorra is.
From Dora the Explorer.
Aunt Dora?
Andorra. It's a country.
Oh,
You're not
Andorra.
familiar with Andorra? It has a long and storied history, Shirley.
I'm
that
familiar
like
with
the
Endor, and it's long and
Andorians?
storied.
The Andorrans are the blue people, right?
Right. I was like, the Andorians?
No, Andorra, I was right. Okay, I was just making up a country. I'm going to check the map.
But that's the blue people.
Yes, they are blue. They're also the natural enemy
glad
of the
I'm not.
Vulcans.
The
The
Volcanians.
Volcanians.
The Romulans?
No, Volcanians.
The Romulans?
No, Vulcanians.
Are they alienists?
Yes.
I had to explain that to people at my new job.
Proof that Phil listens to all of our episodes. So we're going to get back into the game. You
Long
guys,
time listener, first time player, Phil Durham.
so you guys are packed up back into the car, headed out on the road. You have probably the better part of a day as far as a drive to somewhere in the Czech Republic.
No, we're going to Slovakia.
That's what I meant.
Slovak
the
Republic.
Slovak Republic. Sorry, the modern map is staring at me.
Yeah, and then we can get a airplane and get out of there.
So, I would like everybody to roll luck. Carlos, you are actually at a bonus since you're so well disguised.
Oh, yeah.
I am 6 over, so what is that bonus?
We'll say it's 10, so you succeed.
I make it! Yay!
Got it.
Got it.
Fail.
Did you get it, Shirley?
Yes.
I didn't hear you
I
say
said
it.
yay.
Doesn't she have like a 90 in luck?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that was
I have
really
a
character.
65.
So
80.
you guys get out into the car. You drive the rest of the night. Who is driving? Is that Brian again?
Brian.
You did it well last night, so yeah.
Okay, yeah, Brad.
Brian, about the time that dawn is kind of breaking.
Wait, didn't he fail?
Yep.
We should have somebody else drive.
Meta game. Notice I didn't even slow down to check until after. So Brian, just about dawn, you are kind of exhausted. Between the smoke from the room and jumping out a window, and then the adrenaline, and then the come down off of that adrenaline, it has been a very long day for you. You drift off the road just a little bit as you're kind of dozing. Everybody else is either sleeping or kind of just out of it a little bit. Hit a bigger rock below the tire.
Our good luck rolls did not counteract his bad luck roll.
It could have been worse.
At no point did the car flip. I would like to argue that no one died.
Okay, fair.
The good news is you do have a spare, but you're also kind of in the middle of nowhere, on the side of the road where there's likely to be traffic in and out.
Jury rig or mechanical repair to fix this super quick?
Give me jury rig
4.
with some spit and some dirt. Carlos seems to have repaired more than one tire in his time.
He MacGyvered the crap out of it.
Yeah, he
That thing is held on by a paperclip.
he yanks the tube out because you only have a tube for some reason, because these are old cars and they only have tubes, not real tires. He yanks the tube out real quick and gets it all patched back up, and you're ready to go real fast. So you're only out there about 15 minutes, kind of stopped.
Someone else should probably drive, or we need to take a break.
I'll drive. What's the worst? that could
All of you are tired. So from this point forward, until someone has actual rest, because sleeping in a car with 4 other people is not actual rest. You're going to be at negatives. Also, it will depend on what your con roll is for that time frame as well. So keep that in mind. If your con is really low, maybe not the time for you to drive.
I'll drive.
Okay. So
What is low?
Not 15.
I have 9. I'm
I
assuming
have
that's
14.
low.
Yeah.
Remember that 18 is the maximum. 9, 10 is about average. So anything below that, like Carlos probably shouldn't be driving. He's with the skin injuries.
My
he's
con is
probably-
okay. My strength is real bad.
Oh, is
Not real bad, but it's not good.
My string's real bad also.
I'll sit up in the front seat with the driver.
Okay, so you guys drive for a while. Jesse, can you give me a con times 4? What's your con?
15.
Do you know what times 4 is? 60.
Yes.
Okay.
30.
Okay, so you are tired, but you drive for 4 or 5 hours. This is outside of the area you're used to. Like you've now left the area that you're used to traveling around. You've visited friends out in the country. This is kind of in a different direction than you normally go. It is about that time that you also come to the border. And there are guards there, like they just standing there. Neither one of them even have a gun on their shoulder or anything. You slow and they just kind of wave you through. They don't even seem all that concerned. It's just like, this is the easy post everybody wants, maybe. So.
I
We didn't
wave
make a
at
luck
them as
roll.
we drive by.
Yeah. I would like everybody to roll luck again. Phil, how's that 97 working out for you?
I don't know. How is
Holy
that
macaroni.
97 working?
We need to
out for me?
hide you in the trunk.
Wow. Rob, did you fail?
No, I got it.
I'm
Jesse?
fine.
Passed it.
Hey,
Pass.
look at that.
Phil.
So you guys drive for a couple more hours. Jesse, give me another con roll.
Made it.
Okay. That was con times 4 again? You made con times 4 again?
I hoped,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
If not, I didn't. I
No,
rolled a
that's fine.
44.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I assumed.
So you guys get a few more hours. It is about lunchtime. You guys haven't eaten in 12 hours or more, probably more like 16. You come across a small town, probably could get food there. It's small enough that it's not like they're going to have a big military presence or anything. It's an opportunity to stop.
This feels like a trap.
We need to stop.
We're in the Slovak
The bad
Republic
luck
now.
roll on our shoulders. I feel
I
like
need
we
to
need to
use the
stop.
restroom, and I'm famished.
Of course you need to use the restroom. Yeah.
You also know that you've got a few more hours until you hit Prague, and that's going to be that's going to be an area you have to kind of avoid.
They do still speak German here, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, we can stop.
Well, you're still in Germany technically,
Okay.
even though you're in the Czech, whatever.
Slovak.
The Protectorate of Bohemia and Moravia.
There you go.
Protectorate
Even
of
though you're in the
Bohemia,
protectorate of, this is still Germany. So
It was Czechoslovakia until it got annexed like 2
Oh,
or 3
so-
years ago.
We've gone. The border was into what is now the Czech Republic.
yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
technically
It's like a state border.
Yeah, it's kind of a state border.
Okay.
It's also, you got those crazy checks. I don't know.
It's basically like Czechoslovakia, you've got the Czechs and the
You're
Slovaks,
just wanting
and also a
to piss
bunch of
everybody
Germans.
off tonight, aren't you?
And so Germany annexed a large portion of Czech of. They basically didn't like the Czechs, but they liked the Slovaks. So they took the Czechs, made them a protectorate, made them a state as part of Germany proper, and then the Slovak portion of Czechoslovakia got separated off in its own separate thing called the Slovak Republic. It was very Nazi-friendly and Slovak-led.
So you call them a Chex Mix.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Terrible. I love it. So are you guys stopping in town?
We'll pull into the local McDonald's.
1940 in the Americas and 55 international. I already looked it up.
So you guys probably pull into like a small market, grab some food. You have Deutschmarks, right? They're still Deutschmarks right now.
Reichsmarks.
Reichsmarks, good call. You have Reichsmarks that spend just as well here as anywhere else. You're there for probably 45 minutes between fuel and food before you get back out on the road.
I buy some thermoses of very strong coffee.
Okay. Okay.
Do they? We've driven quite a distance, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we wouldn't hear like news on the radio if anything like a house burning down or anything like that.
No, you hear the Reichs news. I mean, it's essentially propaganda at this point, and you Albrecht are aware of it. You're familiar with it, so much familiar that you really hate hearing it. I mean, it's just you don't want to have to deal with it anymore. Are you still continuing to drive?
Yes,
Okay, that's fine.
it's worked well so far.
The food actually makes you feel a little more invigorated. The coffee that you probably had with lunch, the lots and lots of coffee, has gotten you a little more awake. Everybody's a little more awake. You get back in the car, and that wears off relatively quickly. Jesse, could you give me a con times 3 roll? Okay. So, I would like you to make a drive.
Odo.
What does Odo have to do with this?
I'm 6 over, so it's not a horrible failure.
So you guys get about an hour outside of Prague, as best as you can tell. I mean, this isn't hard.
But before we leave Prague,
You're not even in Prague yet.
before we leave the town where we ate at,
Sure.
would it be possible to replace the spare tube that we put in there? Because logically speaking, we would have.
Why not?
Okay.
They probably I don't roll luck,
Horse and
Jesse.
buggy? Oh,
I'm lucky.
Okay, so yeah, you can replace the tube. That's not a
Okay,
problem.
it seems logical to replace what we've used in case.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. About an hour outside of Prague, you do kind of come off the road a little bit again. As you pull back on, I need you to roll luck again. It's all kind of luck.
All of us or just Jesse?
Just Jesse, because he's just driving the car.
Yeah, I'm not as lucky this time.
How much-
Albrecht. Perhaps
much?
I should drive.
4 points.
4 points over?
Yeah.
That's not terrible. You do blow the tire again. Actually, it's probably the other,
Is it the
like
same
the
tire?
rear
Oh,
tire.
could it be the same tire?
No, it's probably the rear tire. Carlos, would you like to jury rig that?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. I need everyone else besides Carlos to roll spot hidden. Actually, no, I take that back. Somebody has to help Carlos. His strength is not high, so he will need an assistant.
I don't have any.
I have
either.
strength of 12.
I'm at 13.
Oh, you help him.
I don't care who helps him. Just
I'll
somebody
help
else.
him.
I passed the jury rig.
Okay, cool.
I spotted hidden.
6.
I also spotted his.
Wow.
I spotted it.
About halfway through fixing the tire, so about 8 minutes in, you do see what looks like a vehicle coming. Those of you that got an 06 on your spot, good lord. Don't forget to mark the things you're succeeding at. Like
Someone's
jury rig.
coming. We need to get off the road. Get off the road.
We've seen
If-
lots of
if-
people coming.
If we
Why
got
is
off the
this one
road,
concerning?
yeah,
The
wouldn't that be
person
suspicious?
that got the 06 sees that there is a military flag flying off the front of it. It looks like a Reich, the Reich eagle.
That's why. I say that.
But if we
I
take
see.
off running, it would be suspicious.
No, get off the road behind the car.
You guys are.
So they're just going to say an abandoned car?
No.
Who's the most... Well, we're in the daylight.
We're
looks
Carlos,
the-
roll luck for me.
Who's
I like
looks
luck. Luck's going to be fun
the
today.
best disguised?
Well, Carlos, it just doesn't do a lot of
Pass.
work.
Actually, turns out that when you came off the road, it was right by some trees, so you are in the shade.
Well, yeah, if they're looking for 5 and there's only 2,
Yeah, I mean,
It would make sense for a man and woman to travel together.
if you guys
All
want
right.
to, if you guys want to hide, that's fine.
Go into the trees.
Are you guys
The rest of you, go
going?
shoot.
Are you guys going into the trees?
I will disappear into the trees.
do we have
like the-
time?
I thought
reasonably?
you and
Yeah,
I
you
were
do.
going to be together.
No,
Let's
you
hobbit
and-
this
you
up.
two.
Oh,
I'm working on the tire.
fine.
Get off the road. Get off the road.
Get off the road.
That was the joke, though, to begin with.
Did you not get... Okay.
Yes, I will hide.
Yes,
All right.
I will hide.
Okay, so the 3 of you that are hiding, roll hide
Oh,
or fieldcraft.
Good to say. I think that got rolled into something.
Yeah, fieldcraft for you. No,
I thought I would make. I have a 75 in hide. I was finally getting to hide. I failed.
I passed fieldcraft.
is that an ought to?
It's a 62.
No.
what'd you
I have
get?
a 70.
What'd you get there,
Rob, I'm going to kick your...
Rob? No,
Instead of hiding, could I
Nope.
conceal myself?
no. So as the military jeep kind of gets closer, you do see there's 2 men in the front, 2 men in the back.
I'm going to be pedantic here because
Sure.
the Jeep is a proud piece of American military
You're absolutely right.
machinery
No, you
that
were
helped
absolutely
win the war
100%
against those
right.
terrible Huns.
You're 110%.
And I'm not
right.
going to have its name besmirched. They're driving a Kubelwagen.
Okay, so the Kubelwagen, thank you, comes as it comes closer. It does seem to start to slow, and it does pull up next to you. A gentleman they're all 4 in SS uniforms, but one of them has the stripes of a lieutenant or whatever the German equivalent is, because honestly, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce those because I will butcher them.
So I will give a proper salute for the persons. I do speak German fluently.
You give a salute, or you
Or
stand
I
at
do-
like appropriate attention.
Yes, I mean
You-
appropriate. I give them appropriate
you-
salutation.
Heil Hitler.
No.
That's the appropriate salutation.
Well, then that's what I would do.
Roll persuade.
Mother of God.
Do you do a full forward one, or do you do like the lazy
Whatever's
shoulder one?
appropriate for
How formal is it?
my
Well,
person.
first you're going to roll persuade, then you're going to roll German.
First I have to find it.
It's under P for persuade.
I know what P's are.
It's in alphabetical order.
P-E-R, suede.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Okay.
What'd you get? What do you have? I forget. I think your persuade is terrible, isn't it?
I'm just a simple country girl.
I'm just a
So an 84 over 50.
roll German.
Hitler how?
Do real bad, because then it can just be bad German.
Du hast. Ooh. Yes, I got it.
So you give the proper salute, which would be a full extension. Mm-hmm. It's not as persuasive as it can be, but they both step off. Carlos, do you give the same?
I'm fixing the tire.
Okay. You don't stand up when the military gentlemen pull up behind you?
I'm doing a job. I got to be efficient at
I've
that.
kind of
Okay, that's fine.
nudge you with my foot. Darling.
Mm-hmm.
1 minute, I say in German.
Do you speak German? You speak the barest minimum?
I have German.
Okay, that's fine. I will. 1 minute is small enough that I will allow it without a roll. So the gentleman with the stripe pulls off driving gloves because he's all proper, and kind of starts striking him against his other open
who
palm.
I see when I
Who?
that guy in the one movie with the
Oh yeah, with the guy at the thing.
Shoshana.
Star Wars.
Inglourious Bastards,
Yes.
which Rob was supposed to watch for homework. He's had 2 months.
You haven't seen that yet?
The GM hasn't seen Guns of Navarone, so
He hasn't seen.
We're not in Greek or Greece.
We're not
I haven't
in
seen
Greek.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Don't.
There's a lot of
I'm just
shocking
saying,
revelations going on right here.
So he walks up and he says, "Is everything okay, Fraulein? Is a Fraulein married, Fraulein?"
Sure.
Yes. Sure. Says whatever's appropriate.
Oh, we just have a blown tire, but my husband is very adequate at fixing it. We're fine.
No.
No, don't ask me. Credit rating?
Are you trying to bribe him?
He takes a look around. He kind of walks around to the side where Carlos is. Takes a look down. Is everything okay, sir?
tire's blown. I'm fixing it.
Roll German, just see if you can kind of affect an appropriate accent.
55. My German is a 14.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
It's okay. I wouldn't make it on English either.
So what I hear is buongiorno.
Tires blown. Got fixed it.
If I do it with a German accent, will that affect anything?
Yes.
Ja, und the tire is blown. I'm in the process of fixing it. Herr Obsturmführer von Schlossengras.
He kind of looks at you, takes a look around, taps, puts his, pats the vehicle. So a good car you have here. It runs well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we too deep to hear the conversation, or can we hear them?
Roll listen. He says, have you seen anything strange in your travels today?
We're on Long Country Road.
They have a sausage made with orange peels.
Where do they have that?
Whatever the name of the village is that we drove by.
The last town.
That sounds interesting. Absolutely. No Americans through here?
Americans.
Americans.
Sound really like what? Why would they be here?
Yes, Americans. With a burned Spanish man.
9.
Well,
Should we be looking for them?
no. But if you do happen to see something, report it.
We will right away.
William, it seems to be taking them a long time. Should we take care of the situation?
No. Stay quiet. Stay down.
How many troops are there?
There's 4 of them.
Okay.
The two in back have rifles. The driver probably does not. He probably has a pistol. The officer definitely has a pistol, but not a rifle.
Yeah.
Well, if, as I said, if you see anything, please report it. He kind of walks back over to the vehicle, gets in, and the driver starts the car back up, and as they start to inch forward, he says, "Oh, if you find yourself in Prague, please be careful. There have been some concerning reports about violence in the street."
Oh, goodness.
He kind of drives on. And that's where we're going to end it tonight for this week's episode of Masks of Nyarlathotep. We will talk to you guys real soon. Oh, wait, I got to play a thing. Hold on. Crud. Wow, I'm really good at this. First time doing it.
The end of the episode. Okay. Thanks for listening to Octung Cthulhu. You've listened to the show, and now it's all done.
That will do it for us tonight.
Thank you, everybody.
Presents
this was Octung Cthulhu.
He's going to give the information now. Hold on.
You can email us at nerdsdomain@gmail.com or find us on facebook.com/nerdsdomain, on Twitter @nerdsdomain, or over at our site nerdsdom.com. Be sure to sign up for the newsletter while you're there. You can head over to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating.
Yes.
We want to thank Josh Schott for our music. Don't forget, you can support us at patreon.com/nerdsdomain. And check out our shirts at slashloot.com.